USA Curling is used as a model of exemplary NGB governance within the USOPC. These strides were made possible by this staff under the leadership of CEO Jeff Plush. Their professionalism in running and governing this sport as a business these past few years is nothing short of inspiring. They have built the foundation so the child seeing the sport for the first time can be inspired to learn and grow through a strong, solid, and safe curling pipeline. Because that's what this is all about. Yet, as with any business, there are challenges, and USA Curling is not without them. These past few months have been especially difficult for members of this organization, particularly since the publication of the Yates U.S. Soccer Report. We commend these brave athletes for coming forth and wish them healing and justice as they move forward. As the governing body for curling in the U.S., we assure you that the well-being and safety of all involved in this sport is our top priority. We continue to hear and listen to feedback from throughout the curling community during this time. We do hear you. The board has taken action and met and worked daily to review and make decisions based on fact in the best interests of USA Curling and its athletes. We know there is some discord in this community, and reviewing facts considering this has been challenging, but that is our responsibility. And we will continue to listen and work hard in the best interests of this membership and all athletes of USA Curling. Whatever the outcomes of this members' assembly, it is my hope that we are able to unite as one body in the spirit of curling to forge a path forward. So that child who sees curling for the first time as they watch the Olympics will be inspired. With ease, they can seek out their local club and pick up a stone and learn this great sport. Their hopes and dreams supported and fostered by a dedicated pipeline and amazingly passionate people. And maybe one day they too can represent this country with pride on a global stage. And at the very least, they will know that bonds of lifelong friendships were established because of the dedicated and passionate team, athletes, and membership body of USA Curling. None of this would be possible without strong leadership. I refer to the USA Curling's Board of Directors statement on October 13th when I assure you that the well-being and safety of all involved in our sport is our top priority. The board has examined the facts contained in the Yates report, reviewed the findings of our own independent investigation, and met with Jeff directly. The findings in the investigation commissioned by USA Curling, Jeff's candor during interviews with the board, and his willingness to cooperate with the NWSL and NWSL Players Association's ongoing investigation, in addition to his actions during his time as USA Curling CEO, all reassured the board about his strong commitment to the upholding of the very highest standards for athlete well-being. I will now turn it over to Jeff for the next agenda so you can hear from him directly. Thank you.
Madam Chair, you're required to acknowledge.
I'm sorry, I thought there was, excuse me, who is this?
This is Bobby Todd.
Okay.
Yes. Request for information. Can you provide us with some of the details of this report that the board is claiming that they can you provide us with details of the report and investigation that the board did that explain why, despite the information contained in the Yates report, this board has acted in support of the person who, essentially, according to the report, showed little action and care for the safety of the athletes, and that person is currently a recipient of safe sport complaints for the sport of curling.
Thank you, Ms. Todd. I'm going to turn it over to Jeff Plush right now for his statement.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with everyone tonight. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to speak to membership. Very appreciative of this board of directors and all of the tremendously hard work you've done over the last couple of weeks, and very appreciative of the great staff that has rallied around us as we've gone through some pretty difficult times. It's been a hard time for everyone, and so I appreciate the chance to talk to everyone and tell everyone the actual facts and the actual truth. Since the Athletic article came out over a year ago, I've been very reluctant to talk frankly, because the story needs to be about the respect and courage needed by the athletes and their ability to come forward and tell their story. And so, out of that respect, and also out of respect for the ongoing investigation, I will limit my comments. But I want to be really clear. So there's been much discussion about the Yates report, and it's been brought forward as very definitive. And so I think it's important to look at the Yates report. The Yates report, conducted by the former Attorney General of the United States, Sally Yates, a 365-day investigation in which they, by their own numbers, conducted over 200 interviews, received over millions of documents, focused on 89,000 of the most relevant documents. Again, 89,000 relevant documents, and there was one allegation that came in front of me over that 26-month period. And I acted within minutes, as it says in the Yates report, got it forward to our general counsel, to my boss, who's the chief executive of U.S. Soccer, to his boss, who's the president of the U.S. Soccer Federation Board, and 7 days later, that gentleman was out of a job. I acted immediately, I acted appropriately, and there is not one shred of evidence that has ever come forward there was anything that I covered up, because I didn't. And so I stand here today completely committed to athlete safety, very proud of the work that we've done, very proud of the work we've done relative to safe sport with our absolutely flying color audits, our 100% audits around events, and continuing to be completely committed to a culture of change, a culture of safety, a culture of positivity, and a culture that allows athletes to perform at their highest level. And so I welcome the opportunity to continue to work very, very hard on behalf of this organization. And I'm very proud of the work that we've done over the last 2.5 years against some significant headwinds. I'm very proud to work with this board and with my staff, with our athletes, with our curling community, with our clubs who've also faced those headwinds, and completely committed to what we're going to do together as a future, and also absolutely undeniably very certain of the work that I've done in the past. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Jeff.